Hello, David here, and the project for today is replacing the garage door rollers on my garage door. My rollers are getting kind of creaky, made of metal, and they're 42 years old, so I think it's time to replace them. Picked up these Zyke bearings on Amazon, not a sponsor. These happen to have nylon rollers, and I need 10. If you're going to do yours, check your rollers. The wheel diameter should be about 2 inches. Okay, that's 1 3/4 inches. The stem should be about 4 inches long. Total length is 4 3/4. This is what you get. There's 10 in a box, and the bearing seems to be sealed. So they don't have to be oiled or greased or anything like that. This looks like a low-grade steel. Looks like it's cast and zinc plated, or may even be pot metal, I don't know. The wheel is not spinning freely, but I don't feel anything binding in the bearing. Notice some of these wheels have some deformities in them. I don't know if it's going to affect the operation or not. Look at this one. They must really bounce these around on the factory floor. Who knows, maybe that's how they do quality control testing. These bearings are made in communist China. I'm going to remove the bracket, and I'm going to start off by marking the location of the bracket so I get it back in the same place. You're probably not going to have to do that if your door is painted. You might have an instance where the bolt on the other side of the door is hanging up. Probably going to have someone hold it for you while you take the nut off. That thing put up quite a fight. I'm going to have to get me some new carriage bolts. Gonna clean up the rail with some brake clean. That bearing's pretty worn. I clean out the bracket with some brake clean. For the new roller, I'm going to put some lithium grease on the stem. Check out the bracket. The bracket should be marked with a top. This one is marked top. I've learned that if I wire wheel the paint off of the carriage bolt threads, I'll have an easier chance of getting the nut off without causing the carriage bolt to spin. I just got resupplied. I got a set of 18 carriage bolts. Company name is davidgpo. Got it on Amazon, made in communist China. Comes in kind of a nice plastic case compared to the old one. Length is right. Oh, the head is smaller. Comes with washers. I don't think I'm going to need them unless I want to cover the head, but no, the washer won't go past the square part on the carriage bolt. See if the threading is the same. Yep, the nuts do fit on the old carriage bolt. So I get back in business with that. I also got a couple of wire brushes for the Dremel, 3/4 inch carbon steel. As you noticed in that last shot, those brushes were worn out. And these are made in communist China. So my plan of action is to wire brush every single carriage bolt so they don't break anymore. So I got plenty to fix the ones I broke, and I have leftovers in case I break any more. I've got 8 of the rollers installed, 4 on the left side, 4 on the right side, and I didn't do the bottom one because that has to be handled differently. And if you're going to do this, you have to do one hinge at a time. You can't take all the hinges off. The door is going to fall apart on you. So you just do one at a time. And let's take a look at that bottom one. This bottom one is not a hinge, it's a bracket. And it has this cable right here. It's connected to the counterbalance spring that take the weight of the door off of the system. So what you have to do is you have to unhitch the door from the trolley and lift up the door, and you might have to support the door from closing on you with a C-clamp or something, but take all the stress off of that spring. So you're going to be working overhead with the door open to do these bottom 2 brackets. Okay, I've got the garage door open, and I got it open and off the trolley, and it's in a spot where there's the least tension on the cable to the counterbalance spring. I've got a C-clamp here to hold the door in position because it does want to roll down a few inches, and that puts more stress on the cable. Let's go around to the other side and I'll show you what the cable looks like. Okay, here's the other side. This is the amount of tension that's on the cable. And there's a clevis pin here, so I got to take the cotter pin out, slide this clevis pin out of the way so I can get the cable off. I was thinking I might get a C-clamp and just hold that cable off so that I'll have a lot of slack over here. I think it'll be a lot easier to work with. I don't know. Okay, so I did lock that up with a C-clamp, and you can see now I got a pretty loose cable there. Just got to make sure you got to loop that over the pulley when you're done, so there's no drag. And this is just a matter of pulling out the cotter pin and pushing out the clevis pin. Okay, one thing you got to understand before you take the bracket off, the wheel's going to come with it, and you're not going to have this clamp holding the wheel up, keeping the door open. So you have to put another C-clamp on the wheel on the opposite side while you're working, like right here. And that way the door's not going to close on you. Okay, this side is finished. I'm going to move on to the other side, and there's no need of filming that. It's just a duplicate of this. I've got all the rollers in. Let's see if I could hear a difference in noise. I don't know if I will be able to because of the noise of the garage door motor. I want to thank you guys and gals for watching. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more great videos from David GPO.